Since then, Gandollar has more or less like proven to be like a useful tool in the toolbox of a Koolu in the north. But it seemed to have also misfired at some point. Here is something that people have observed. And in fact, this is why you are hearing this or watching this on Mayegun, so that you probably, we probably have some section of these viewers who are also thinking along this line based on the available pieces of info new. Sure you get. So this shitty man that they used as a Muslim partner to Koolu at the time, it was to placate the core terrorist, Islamic terrorist sympathizers of the North. Basically that. For electoral, what have you, shitty man came back to be no real value electorally. So since they have already pressed it on that for Tifnumbu to have a chance with them, Tifnumbu must choose a Muslim. So the rumor that they are hearing that they want to replace shitty man with a Christian or with a Muslim became so real that most of those who have been ignoring what they called, the downgrading of shitty man, because this is not what they expected. Now, let me digress a bit. When we were putting all of their nonsense together in 2023, it was basically for power. The permutation then was that they could sway the Islamic Sharia North. That means these their 7 or so states, and ensure that if that place is made kind of like, impossible for any other political party or any other candidate to be present, right? Then it will be a fertile ground for them to load the election. And they did. But unfortunately, it didn't work out so much in the Northeast. Shittiman struggled. In all of their permutation, they struggled to win Borono. Atifku was like clearing all those area. So to them, it was like, now that Tifnubu has the power, here you get. So they would have to let Shittiman go. So those who are like, because of Shittiman, they supported this Muslim ticket that time. Some of them are presently in the north, though, from what we are hearing, again, it doesn't matter whether rightly or wrongly, the way you probably want to see the whole thing. Now, I'm just talking about the level of sort of like a treasury, desperation as attached, and what people can do just to get power, and what they will do as well to retain that power, morally or whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay? So those of them who supported their Muslim ticket, if you are from northern part of Nigeria and you are a Christian, Shebi, you saw what Tifnubu and his gang did with the obedient in Lagos. Abi, you can't compare it to what this Islamist did to the Christians in the core northern part of Nigeria. Christian communities and all that. It was like war. Do you know when you get threatened that we know that you people are never going to, sure you get, it is either APC or nobody. It was a real campaign there. I'm talking about life and death campaign. That people were actually killed. But it didn't make it so much to the media like others. So when they now got that power, Shittiman became worse than a spare tire. Do you understand? And they thought Shittiman would be a very powerful vice president to a sick Tifnumbu. But now that shock of that seeing him as almost non-existent, and if you see him anywhere, he's either visiting for condolences or he's representing somewhere where he's going to be, reading his Wikipedia copied speeches to sound like Maiduguri Elon Musk, right? So now hearing that Tinubu want to replace him, so that automatically sort of riled the base suddenly. And what really got them more mad was that those who are pushing that in northern Nigeria said there is a plot that Gandollar will be replacing Shittiman. Gandollar is even older than Tinubu. How many of you even know that? I mean, like, on paper. Tinubu is 74 on paper, right? Gandollar is about 79, I'll be 78. But it sold well that they started a campaign. And now here is another one. Since last year, everywhere you go, in most of these APC, states, Abuja, right? And Abuja as well, you will see Tinubu's posters everywhere, 2027. Why is it starting? Why 2027 is still far now? Why are you like putting it out there? You are the one in government, sure you get. I mean, you probably don't even need a campaign. If you are doing well, you probably don't really need much campaign. But everybody believes that because Tinubu didn't really win any election. Do you understand? He has been battling legitimacy for a while. Do you get? So this in their squad, everywhere, every one of them goes, they always talk about Tinubu in 2027. Say it's 2027. So it's like within their camp, they are indeed actually worried, despite having what everybody believes that they have everything to do and undo. So within their space, maybe this conversation about replacing Shittiman, don't think it is just talk. No, it's not. It's actually serious. But here is what I figured. They are talking it, they are discussing it. Sure you get. But they didn't expect anybody to actually go out there and begin to act, in a way that it will give up this plan. Because, like I said, this was ongoing. This Gandollar started this endorsement madness. He actually started it. Okay? Everywhere they will call the Northern Governors Forum. The northern part of Nigeria that is facing serious security challenges, middle belt of Nigeria, they added them to the north. In total, there are 19 states from northern Nigeria. That's how they kind of describe, because they have Northern Governors Forum. All the governors from this middle belt of Nigeria, from Plateau State to Taraba, to Benue, to Kogi, to Kwara, to Niger, all of them, they will attend Northern Governors Forum meeting. Guess what they are doing there? They are there to give vote of confidence and endorsement for Tinubu. They will sit down in the face of this wahala, apart from the economic part of it, like this evident insecurity. So they will still gather to endorse it. So they started noticing a pattern. I'm talking about the Shittiman's people. Started noticing a pattern that Koolu, there are these guys who are endorsing Tinubu. They are not saying Tinubu Shettima. And that led to what happened in Gombe a few weeks back, where they almost lynched Shittiman. So like I said, here is what I now figured. It was at that point that Tinubu felt like, it's like this push in the northern Nigeria is not, I don't think it's working. Because immediately Tinubu left Nasarawa, that is so close to Abuja. Young people were on the streets, destroying all of his banners, all these posters, everything about him, destroying them. Do you get that? So maybe this Gandollar, who let the cat out of the bag early, has already riled a base against Tinubu, that if tomorrow they dropped a Shittiman, it will just be like, oh yeah, now let's see how he's going to do it, kind of. So Gandollar had to go. Another person had to come in, but there is also another angle to it. They said he's bringing Kwankwansop. Now, Kwankwansop had been a floating politician for a while. He overrated himself in 2023 until after. But eventually, he was member of PDP, APC before he started his own party, AMPP, which now governs Kano. So there is this part that they want to bring him in on board for Tifnumbu so that maybe he can help them rally the North. Again, if this later come back to be true, a lot of people are already decamping to Tifnumbu's camp. This is not a show of strength or acceptability. It is actually a show of, fear. And it's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong in anybody being afraid. Because the battle is about power, even when you have all the levers. But the thing is, if letting Gandollar go as chairman, so somebody else would be there, and they could bring Kwakwansop up. If that is true, could that then mean it's a condition that Kwakwansop gave him? What else is Tifnumbu promising a man that could only win a state in the entire northern Nigeria, and that state is Kano? No other states that they will say, oh, his influence entered this. Even Peter Obi that joined them in the last minute, right? He was able to kind of like win more than 13. Peter Obi actually won more than 15 states in Nigeria, and that's your charade. And he got it more than 25% in more than another 20 states, and that's a fact. Well, I don't think he's got enough to have that to thought that they say 24 in Abuja. But Peter Obi that won over 13 states, like they declared him 113, compared to this guy in a presidential election, So is that not like buying a low quality tired striker for a battle that seemed to be, it will be a symbolic one, so to say, right? So here was Gandollar handing over to his vice chairman from the North.
Do solemnly affirm that I will be faithful, and bear true allegiance, to the All Progressive Congress APC, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the All Progressive Congress APC, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. So help me God. Glory.
Deputy National Chairman of APC.
Right. So it was like a shock, but not too much of a shock for some, because Gandollar was still acting out there, even yesterday, singing the praises of Koolu. And Koolu is the dawn. It's just one single thing. You know what? I needed to go and step down, get somebody else on. Sure you get so. And some are saying, here is another thing that I heard though. Like I said, none of this has been established as facts, but they are pieces of info and happenings, events, even what they said that have been quoted, putting all these pieces together could give you an idea of how other people arrived at what they are projecting to, that within their circle, as much as they have been very, very good in managing it, right? There is so much distrust, kind of like a fear of betrayers, and so many other things within their circle that they are more like paranoid in clearing and cleaning the house in order for Tifnubu not to be disgraced in 2027. So it said, Gandollar is believed to be among those they believe are working on this coalition thing in the northern part of Nigeria. And you know something, right? Koolu, being the one in charge of the contraption right now, is going to have access to a lot of information, but you just don't know if they will let him have access to them per se. But he's got like the resources to know what's going on. So in this case, this coalition talk around Tifnubu is actually a big concern. And when I say a big concern, is because those who were like a supposed ally in northern part of Nigeria, majority of them are still around, but they are around because of what they stand to benefit or what they are currently benefiting. And you know, Tifnubu is somebody that believes that whatever money cannot do, the more money will do it. And he is very right. With the level of, you know, the characters you see today as your elite, the political elite and the rest of them, and the economic situation of that contraption right now, Baba, you can't beat your chest for anybody and say, I can trust that person, they get integrity. Don't do it. And I'm serious, don't do it. So Tifnubu knows that. If 5 of us says, hey, once you get here now, I'm going to tell him the truth. I'm going to tell him to go to hell. Here you get, and it's a plan. But you'll be shocked that out of 5 of you, you may be the only person who is actually serious. So the next thing may be the same people that you are planning with. They will tell you that you are too emotional. You don't understand the thing. Some will even come to you and say they were supporting the idea then because they didn't know what they know now. So Tifnubu knows how to get to people that way. That those you think have moral, whatever, right? Boom, they will be gone. And he believes in that. So right now, that may be a concern. A concern that they believe that we need to begin to re-strategize. We need to know those who are with us because it is a game of treasure. So those of them who are from northern part of Nigeria, to Tifnubu, those ones who are complaining, who have complained openly, right? They've reached out to some. It's like they felt abandoned. Tifnubu didn't give them money, so they had to go and see them. Those who complained privately, they have invited them to Aso Rock, and they've changed their mouth. So Tifnubu is buying everybody. Everyone is buyable, but is that enough? Can they be trusted if we are hearing that so and so, they met in Casino, they met in Kano, they also met in, why are they meeting? Do you understand, like, Mr. Strategist, enough to feel like, can I even trust this and that they won't sabotage me? But it is politics, don't get me wrong, but people have the right to also react sometimes, like this. Because eventually, when they come out to deny something, for instance, Gandollar says he is resigning because of health reason. But that's not the reason why. It is not. So eventually, this is also going to play out. Yesterday, we saw Wirewike and Fubara, who came out to say they have now settled and all of that. So today, Wirewike and Fubara were also seen at Wirewike's uncle's burial party or something. But that is not even the point. You need to look at Fubara and see, your governor, does this one look like governor of a state? Well, you be the judge. went for burial. Burial of Wicked uncle somewhere in River State yesterday. So, oh, there is more. Hang on. This one.